When you acquire disability or you're born with disability, sometimes you don't have a choice but to just turn into an activist.
For many, many people, especially those who are underrepresented in Africa, until there's a place for them, until there is accessibility, until there is inclusion for all, we will not stop. And I enjoin you not to stop as well. Don't get tired.
With conferences like this, we get to learn and hear from different countries, different individuals that bring on board different perspectives.
I, as a visually impaired girl, did not know when my period was on. I couldn't even tell when I was spotting. How are we helping in that area? What is tech doing to assist? It's tech that I can use to say, hey, can you tell me the color of this wall? Can you direct me down the street? What then can we do for visually impaired girls and women in that area?
One of the biggest barriers that we're facing is finances. People cannot finance these things, and we're trying to work with our governments in order for them to work with these people so that they can have the technologies that they need.
There's fantastic innovations happening in the community, and yet we are maybe not investing in them enough. So we might be investing in high-level interventions, which I don't doubt we should invest in, but we are not being able to bring these smaller innovations into that system-level thinking and scale them successfully, which is a challenge. The third thing that's needed, which is always needed in disability, is intersectional data and evidence. I mean, we know we don't have enough. Ventures don't know where their people who might use their technology are, the users are. Governments aren't quite sure how many people exist.
It is going to take us all a village to bring up, to strengthen these innovations.
Our hope is really to design an assistive technology village that's beneficial to African innovators, experts, donors or VCs that are willing to fund, and also just to benefit the African community or the global community.
It's really wonderful watching people get inspired by the technology and realize that having a disability isn't disabling if you have the right tools.
If we don't have data on persons with disabilities, and importantly, their experiences and barriers that they face, then it's very difficult for policymakers to plan with inclusion in mind.
Once you identify the limitation of a person, then you are able to develop purposefully designed, responsive interventions.
There are many products here today that are advocating for many different disabilities. Make sure that each disability group has input on your inventions. Make sure that your inventions meet their needs, not your ideas about what their needs are.
Assistive technology and accessibility actually, they work together. So you can't have one without having to depend on the other. If you're giving a product to the public, then you need also for different groups, and persons with disabilities are part of these groups, to actually even give you feedback on what you need to consider when you're bringing the infrastructure of the platform, the app, to make sure that you build tech for all.
Accessibility can't be created by only a few people. The more people who know more about accessibility, the more accessible our world will become. And so it's important that everybody is understanding what does it mean to design for universally accessible facilities, environments, services, the digital space. We need everybody to know more. It's not for an exclusive few who want to work solely as professionals in this space. Everybody needs to know more about accessibility.
My experiences have convinced me that I have a big role to play in finding solutions to the problems confronting persons with disabilities, and also to ensure full effective participation of persons with disabilities in matters that concern them.
Let us work together, use platforms like this to share experiences and our unique learnings and challenges that have been experienced in order to adapt and replicate and scale more our efforts in a more sustainable manner.